Hello, hello, ladies. Hey, 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 hey. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to be delivering you today's mini weekly training. But really quick, for those of you who don't know who I am, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Carissa Adkins, and I am the philosopher and creator behind the 10 Universal Laws of Iconic Leadership. I'm the CEO and founder of the Alpha Queen Collective, which is a global coaching company for females. And I love that you are here in this amazing community, right? I am very, very obsessed, very, very passionate about helping women truly let go of the things that have been holding them back, whether it's in business, life, personal health, relationships, whatever, and helping them truly stand in their power and become sovereign leaders in their life. So, back to the 10 Universal Laws of Iconic Leadership. These laws were not created in theory, they were forged in fire. Forged through personal collapse, forged through rebuilding myself, forged through scaling businesses, forged through breaking generational patterns, forged through moments where I had to decide who I was going to be. And over the years, these principles have helped hundreds of thousands of women step into higher standards of leadership, both personally and professionally, because business growth and personal growth are not separate to me. They are governed by the same laws. And today we're going to dive into universal law number 3, which is called the Law of Embodied Discipline, or what I like to say, from self-sabotage to self-trust. All right. So, ladies, listen, my last training on the universal laws was all around taking radical ownership of where you are at in your life. And yes, radical self-responsibility woke me the F up. But discipline is what kept me awake. Okay. And today I want to really talk about why iconic leaders are not built in the breakthroughs. They are actually built in repetition, because most women don't struggle with the vision. They struggle with the follow through, and follow through is part of an identity piece. So really quickly, where this law came from, right? Every law was forged through the fire. Remember, in the short 41 years that I've been on this earth, right? I'm about to be 41. I have gone through some of the most traumatic experiences that I believe a woman can go through. And a lot of women will go through their pain, go through their trauma, and then sit in their shit. I'm telling you, I've went through the shit. I've pulled out and extracted all the lessons. And now I have learned that shit moment, right? The fiery moments actually built the empire builder that you see here today. Okay. So this particular law, the law of embodied discipline, where it came from, right? Well, I want to actually take you back to 2011. I had a major monumental wake up call moment. And I looked at my life, I looked at my health, I looked at my habits, and I decided I was done abandoning myself. So what did I do? I made a massive list of things that I could and should do to fix my life. Everything I should fix, everything I should change, everything a disciplined woman would do in order to lose 100 pounds of fat. Because yes, I used to be 213 pounds. And when the doctor told me that I would have maybe 10 years to live with my kids, if I kept up my lifestyle, I was depressed, I was stressed, I drank at night to unwind, I drank coffee during the day to stay awake. Like, my life was a complete shit show back in this period of time. Okay. So when she gave me that rock bottom news, I was like, holy shit. The next day I decided to make that massive list. And when I looked at this list, I realized that it was a list full of habits, right? I need to eat clean. I need to go to the gym every day. I need to quit smoking. I need to fix my mindset. I need to become a new person overnight. And at first I was really, really overwhelmed. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was like, holy shit, Carissa, you have so much work to do. And a little part of me wanted to just give up right then and there. But that's when I realized something powerful. Transformation does not happen because you want it bad enough. If that was the case, I would have easily not even probably gotten to 213 pounds, because, guys, I didn't grow up overweight. I was an athlete, in shape most of my life. So, yeah, staring at this piece of paper, feeling a bit overwhelmed, I realized that transformation actually happens by doing small, micro things consistently. So instead of trying to overhaul my entire life, which so many women do, and then 3 weeks later they feel like a failure because they couldn't keep up with all that shit, right? Instead of all of that, I focus on the small things done consistently actually gets us to the finish line. So I particularly that day, I looked at this massive list and I said, Carissa, don't feel overwhelmed. Just pick 2 lifestyle habits to work on. 2 habits that you can commit to consistently. 2 habits that are going to become a non-fucking negotiable for you in your life. Like non-negotiable, ladies, means like nobody's getting in my way from doing it. Not even myself. Okay. Non-negotiable. That's what that means to me. So I chose 2 habits, right? That the 2 habits that ultimately started my weight loss journey was I said, Carissa, you're going to move your body every day because let's face it, walking your son to the bus stop that's a block away is not doing it. And I was going to practice portion control because I was an emotional eater back then. Not perfect, right? I wasn't striving for obsessively perfect, but I was consistent with those 2 habits. Okay. Again, they were non-negotiables for me. So if it was raining, I went to the gym. If I was tired, I went. If my mindset was loud, I still went, right? Because discipline is not about motivation. It's about who you are when motivation disappears. And here's where it deepened for me. I didn't have perfect days, but I did learn how to reset. I didn't spiral over one bad choice. I didn't quit because I missed one rep or one workout. I didn't turn a moment into a meltdown. I hit the fucking reset and I did the next rep. That is discipline, not perfection, repetition. Then when I tackled smoking, right? So once I mastered those 2 habits, I started saying, Carissa, you smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day. This is obviously not healthy for you. That alone will kill you in 10 years. So I was like, you're going to quit smoking, right? You're going to take the habit of smoking and you're going to completely quit cold turkey. Within 3 days, I wasn't smoking anymore. And habit by habit, and guys, I had been smoking since I was 13. This was not a new habit. I was, on the streets holding up signs saying, we'll do whatever for cigarettes. Like I was a terrible teen. Every statistics that said I should be in jail, dead, or some, whore junkie or something like that. Like that was a life I was leading in my teens. I should definitely be there, but thank God I did not. I have a whole nother story for those. However, right, like I had been smoking a long, long time. So again, I realized something very profound. Habits don't break when you shame you shame all over yourself, right? Like, oh, I should be doing this and I know I should be doing that. And like, oh, I just feel so much shame and I'm terrible and I'm a failure. No, we don't change habits like that. Okay. Habits don't break when you shame yourself. They break when you replace them. And that's when discipline became embodied, not forced, not dramatic, integrated. Okay. So now let me bring this into business and leadership. Okay. Because this is not about health. This is about identity. And this is about helping you become the woman that you are meant to become. Okay. So in business, if you want clients, you talk about your work consistently. Right? In leadership, if you want trust, you show up consistently. In relationships, if you want intimacy, you invest in your relationship consistently. Results are not goals. They are outcomes of habits. And here's the hidden cost of inconsistency, ladies. When you say you'll do something and you don't, your nervous system learns, right? AKA your body and your mind, your whole body, your whole system learns that your word doesn't really matter, that you quit when things get uncomfortable, and that you ultimately can't trust yourself. And over time, that leaks into everything. Discipline builds self-trust. Self-trust builds power. Power builds expansion. And this is why it's a universal law. All right. So anything that you want, all of our goals, all of our dreams, everything that you desire, more money, more sex, better relationships, better friends, better business, more money in your bank account. It doesn't matter what you desire more of. That's the outcome. It's all going to come from you showing up consistently. You know this. I guarantee that when I'm in a room with women and I'm like, what do you think you actually need? And they'll tell me 100 things that they need to be doing. It's not the fact that you don't know what you need to be doing to change your life. It's the fact that you don't show up consistently every single day doing the damn thing every single day. I tell my clients on the business side of things, because, I coach women, not necessarily on business, but I also teach them on self-leadership and self-mastery, right? The mindset, the mental game, how to find your purpose and passion. So there's a couple of different things that I really, is my zone of genius. All, of course, which lead to more happier, healthier, thriving lives. But at the end of the day, I always say success is not sexy, guys. It's going to come down to doing the boring shit every single day. Okay. There is nothing sexy about growing a business because you got to show up and do the same thing every day. Okay. So I just want to leave you with a little activation, some little homework, if you will. So here's your activation. It's called the You Pick Two rule. Yes, thank you, Panera Bread, for giving me that brilliant idea. So this really, the rule of You Pick Two is, remember that list that I made with a shit ton of lifestyle habits and all of the things that I would need to change in order to make my life great again. And I just picked two. Okay. So you can either try and overwhelm yourself and try and do it all. Wouldn't advise that. Or you can just pick two. And if two feels too overwhelming, pick one. Okay. So pick two habits. So I want you to make a list of everything that you know you need to be doing and that you could be doing and that you should be doing. And then I want you to pick two. Then decide. Okay. Pick two, then decide. And then I want you to just ask yourself, like, what does non-negotiable look like to me? For me, when something is non-negotiable, it's like a high priority. I schedule it in, I protect it with boundaries, and I remove the negotiation piece, because this up here is going to negotiate every little bit of that. Carissa, it's okay. You already worked out today. Carissa, it's cold outside. Carissa, your body is sore. No, non-negotiable. I'm not negotiating with my goals anymore. Okay. And when you mess up, because let's face it, we're going to, and we actually learn more from our fucking mess ups. But when you do, hit the reset, do the next rep, show up the next day. Every day can be a new start if you need it to be. Every hour can be a new start if you need it to be. Don't get stuck in the shit, I messed up, so now the whole thing is ruined and I'll just have to start my goals next year again. No, don't do that. You can start the next day. You can start the next hour. So, ladies, I'd love for you to drop in the comments, what are your two habits that you are going to stick to like a non-negotiable? Okay. What are the two habits that you are going to pick that will ultimately help you get to a more fulfilling life? All right. And if this conversation is hitting, ladies, if you're realizing that discipline isn't about hustle, it's about identity and leadership, then you need to be inside our upcoming 5-day success coding series. It's called the Success Code. And all of next week, right here inside this community, it's completely free for you guys. For 5 days, I'm going to be teaching you how to activate the woman that you are meant to be. So from April 6th to April 10th, from 12 to 12:30, I am going to be live doing training right here. And it's free for you. Okay. So over those 5 sessions, we are going to be uncovering the subconscious patterns shaping your results and activating a higher standard of identity, responsibility, and personal power. Ladies, this is not going to be surface level work. This is identity recoding, and it's happening live inside this community right now. So definitely stay, invite your friends to come and play with us, and let's hear it, right? Let's hear your non-negotiables below. I'd love to know what came up for you, and I will see you in another training video around the 10 universal laws of accountable leadership, but I will also see you hopefully next week during our success coding workshop series. Bye for now.